Now, this may be very petty, but I just needed to make this video because I'm still not over Jack Della Maddalena beating Belal Muhammad. Uh, so I'm going to make a video just laughing at all the fools, the imbeciles that picked Belal Muhammad. Now, it's not just that people pick Belal. I get why they pick Belal, whatever. It's just the people who are so arrogant about it, so disrespectful that I feel the need to really correct them. Everything I said happened. I said Jack would beat the shit out of Belal. I said this was a bad matchup for Belal, but people are like, no, bro, Basil Fez, 29-28, bro. Like, but oh, he went to a split with Kevin Holland. He's not beating Belal Muhammad. Well, unfortunately, that's not the reality you fools live in. Jack Della Maddalena is the UFC champion. Australia's got 2 current champions, 3 champions in total. So yeah, anyway, let's go look at the comments, shall we? How I really am after May 10th. Haha, you're gonna have a meltdown, K-Mem 10th, bro. Pulled up 2017 and 2019. If you want to do MMMF, I got you. JDM was 2 minutes away from losing the Burns. Losing 2 Burns. You got 50-45 by Sean Brady. Sean Brady got TK'd by Blow. Now, I mentioned that JDM is going to be held down for 25 minutes. He couldn't even defend a takedown from Hafez. He defended 17 takedowns. I said this, guys. Come on. Had a split decision fight with fucking Kevin Holland. Yeah, who actually got knocked out by Kevin Holland? Jeff Neal. You know who lost every round and got arguably 25-26 by Neal? Belal. Now, this is an MMA map. It's just like, if you're going to use that I'm going to mention that Jeff Neal lost to Kevin Holland, who lost to JDM. It's basic logic. Anyway, this guy said that I was going to have a meltdown. I brought up 2017 and 2019 because he brought up going to a split with Kevin Holland. Obviously, MMA math doesn't work. Yeah, he was 2 minutes away because the Miami judges are stupid. Burns did no damage that whole fight because did no damage to the whole fight. Damage to the scoring criteria. Jack clearly did more damage. And then you have this guy. Just thought I'd share this with you. Belal being up. Miami judges are stupid. Burns did no damage that whole fight. Damages the scoring criteria. Jack clearly did more damage. Yeah, thanks for completely ignoring what I said, Sean. Yeah, thanks, Sean. Great response, Sean. Really needed that. Thanks for your input. You really helped. You really helped do nothing there, you absolute dumbass. Anyway, let's keep reading. Belal is a better striker than JDM. If you take away finishing ability, Kevin Holland is awful. And that performance from JDM, especially in hindsight, is embarrassing. Brother, Belal is not a better striker. If you think he'll win, that's fine. But let's be for real. Holland has a 9-inch reach advantage and power. So he'll obviously have a different approach to how he'll approach Belal. He clearly still boxed Holland up. The split decision was ridiculous. Bro, you pulled up Belal vs. Brown from 2017. That's crazy. You want to see how much Belal has improved? Compare his performance versus Leon. Okay, buddy. It would only happen due to the takedown threat. In no world is Belal a better striker. Yes, correct. That is a fact. Like, just good lord, man. Like, how do people like this really, like, I can get, and then this is him, because I said I was going to have a meltdown. I'm not going to play the audio, obviously. I don't want to get copyright struck, but this is me now. Through the roof dancing. Feeling myself. Not in a sexual way. Jack Della Maddalena responds to Jeremy Steve. This, I'm just going to mention, why did Jeremy Stevens think that Jack Della Maddalena lost this fight to Belal Muhammad? What world does Belal Muhammad win 3-2? Like, generally, how? I don't get it. Like, can somebody please tell me what world would Belal win even 2 rounds, let alone 3? Like, I don't know. But Jack Della Maddalena called him old punch drunk Jeremy, which pretty accurate. This is just Belal's face after the fight. Like, And people are like trying to say, "Oh, Belal won. Like damage is the number one scoring criteria." The guy got his lip split open, got a broken nose, broken orbital. I'm going to move that now because it's pretty bad. This was me reacting to a guy who, you know, he made a video saying, you know what, might as well let's go find the video, shall we? Because this guy said that Jack Della Maddalena is the most overrated fighter in the UFC present.
Belal Muhammad. I think Belal, the bearing the lead here, I probably should have done the main event first, but Belal Muhammad is going to fucking smoke JDM. I'm going to say it. I'm kind of happy that I'm saying it later in the video because I'll probably get toasted for the take, but I don't. I refuse to, like, go anywhere else with it. JDM is probably the most overrated fighter in the UFC at present. In the UFC at present. He got fraud checked by Basil Hafez, who was on short notice.
Didn't get. Okay, I'm just gonna anyone who says that he got fraud checked by Basil Hafez just doesn't know fighting. I stand by that take. If anyone says that Basil Hafez fraud checked JDM, just don't listen to anything they have to say about fighting. Jack Della Maddalena clearly won that fight. He stuffed 17 takedowns. I don't get it. I really don't understand why anyone would even utter the words like that. Basil Hafez won that fight. He clearly fucking lost. But anyway, let's let him keep talking.
Do a split decision. This is going to be way too long. He got fraud checked by Basil. Hafez arguably could have won the split decision. Fraud checked, thrown around on the ground. Terrible grappling defense. Goes into the Gilbert Burns fight. Lost. He was down 2 rounds on all.
Yeah, he was down 2 rounds because the Miami judges are stupid and don't understand damage is the number one scoring criteria. The judges hate Jack Della Maddalena. Let's just say that as it is. Anyway.
3 judges' scorecards going into the third against Gilbert Burns. Gilbert Burns wins the first half of that round, gets him down again. Then JDM gets back up. JDM lands a knee as Gilbert Burns is going for however many takedowns. Lands a knee, finishes Gilbert Burns. He doesn't have 5-round experience in the UFC. Belal is a different motherfucker, dude.
Jack actually out-cardioed Belal, as I said, that Jack's cardio and pace gets better the longer the fight goes. His cardio is insane. The guy landed 55 significant strikes in the 5th round after 4 big rounds where there was grappling, there was sprawling and stuff like that, and he went harder and harder. Belal is not welterweight Marab, no matter what people were trying to say. I just knew that wasn't the case. But anyway, let's let him continue.
Period. Belal mauls people. Horrible stylistic matchup. How has no handicapper talked about this? Everyone's like, well, hey, the striking of JDM is it's a different beast. Hey, not gonna happen. I've seen Belal say some stupid shit about going out and wanting to finish JDM in the striking. Shut up, Belal. You're in your first title defense. If this is about legacy, maul this man. Run across the octagon, take him to the ground, and win any way that you can. You maul him on the ground. Period. You take the fight to your area of expertise and you win. Period. Belal, if he fights this fight, is going to destroy JDM. JDM loses this fight, and then listen up, in his next fight, when he gets a top contender, loses that as well. Calling it. Wildly overrated fighter. Very...
Well, his next fight will be a contender. It's going to be the fucking pound-for-pound number 1, Islam Makhachev, because he did not lose his next fight. He's not going on a 2-fight winning streak, pal, because he beat Belal Muhammad. But anyway.
Very talented, should not be in this spot. Should not be in this spot over guys like Ian Gary, over guys like Carlos Prates.
How would Carlos Prates be in this spot? How would Ian Gary be in this spot? Ian Gary lost to Shavkat. He's out. He was on a losing streak when this fight got announced. Carlos Prates should not have been in this spot either, and then he lost to Ian Gary. What you're saying? Carlos Prates should have got a title shot for beating fucking Neil Magny? Is that what you're trying to say? Come on, bud, be for real. Carlos Prates is not getting a title shot for beating Neil Magny. Why would he be in this spot? You're saying that beating Gilbert Burns, who Jack Della Maddalena beat, is... Jack Della Maddalena beat Gilbert Burns, who beat Neil Magny. But you're saying, hey, Carlos Prates, he beat the great Neil Magny. He should be getting the title shot. Not the guy who beat Neil Magny. Not the guy who beat Kevin Holland. you know, would beat Neil Magny. No, give it to Carlos Prates.
Guys like Shavkat over guys.
I mean, Shavkat is literally injured, and this is why this fight happened in the first place.
It's like Joaquin Buckley.
I mean, Buckley, I could see why you would think Buckley could maybe get the shot, but, like, I mean, the man didn't get it, so, like...
For guys like Sean Brady.
Brady, absolutely not. He was coming off a win over Burns as well. Jack actually finished Burns. And then Brady... Brady beat Leon, but it was because Jack swapped the opponents. That's why he beat Leon Edwards.
All of whom are better than JDM, period. Point blank, period. Tired of people not saying that. Belal Muhammad, money line, minus 180, all over it, destroying the line. It's probably my most confident play on the card. Best of luck to everyone. Way too long of a video. Terrible pay-per-view. Going for my fourth consecutive winning card. So hopefully I give you guys winners. Sorry, they're all favorites. Best of luck. Win some money. I love you. And then...
Yeah, so this guy's got no house now because he clearly put everything on the Belal Muhammad money line. So awesome. Guy's clearly lost his house. The guy also made like a video talking about me actually because I sort of shat on him for his take. Anyway, let's play this real quick.
Crazy. Good morning. Putting on here. Give my immediate thoughts on the JDM, Belal decision. Crazy fight, unbelievable. Probably one of the best title fights that we've seen in a long time. My mentions right now are a crime scene, murder scene. I'm getting butchered online. Understandably so, I had a lot of conviction in the Belal play, and I didn't think JDM should have been there. Point blank period, he proved me wrong. I'm not the guy, right? I'm not the guy that can't come on here and admit when he was wrong. I'm never going to be that guy. I was wrong read. JDM, I did not think he should have been there going into the fight. I thought there was 5 other contenders that were better than him. I thought he was susceptible to takedown. I thought he didn't have 5-round experience in the UFC. There's 100 things that pointed to the fact that Belal was going to go out there and maul JDM on the ground. It just didn't happen. It didn't happen. He had an incredible performance and looked unbelievable. I agree with the decision. I agree that it should have been a unanimous decision. Obviously, that makes zero sense. But like typically fights that close, have big moments from each dude. I know don't split, but it was good to see all 3 judges convicted in their decision. And I was wrong. JDM was a better fighter. Straight up, he fucked Belal up. And now we got fucking Benny P from Australia popping out of the woodworks, giving his 2 cents on why JDM, like how I had a lazy take about how Belal fought JDM's fight and da-da-da-da. It's like, oh, weird, the Australian guy is dick riding JDM. Weird how that happens. But, yeah. No, incredible. You can't take anything away from JDM. Incredible performance. Belal looked great for portions of the fight. I thought he won rounds 2 and 3. And then round 5, it was, on the table. And JDM just looked better. Great. Unreal fight. And we have a new champ at welterweight. And he's probably going to be facing Islam.
So I didn't just dick ride JDM. Obviously, I thought the guy would win. I'm a big JDM fan. I mean, I am Australian, obviously. But, like, I generally thought JDM was going to win. I knew it was a bad stylistic matchup for Belal. Belal doesn't do good against boxers. He doesn't do good against MMA boxers. Jack is also switch stance. Belal cannot deal with people who can switch stances. Like, he's not good against southpaws. The kicks were there, as I mentioned, because, like, Belal's very susceptible to head kicks and stuff like that. Like, it was very clear to me that Jack was going to win, but, obviously I can say that after it's happened, but I did say this before, so it's like, I'm going to gloat. It wasn't just because he's Australian, but, yeah. But anyway, let's continue. This guy, Kendrick Johnson, how is this guy allowed on MMA decisions, but I'm not? I've tried to do MMA decisions. They didn't put me on there, but this guy does. He said it was 48-47 to Muhammad. How the fuck did he come to that conclusion? Like, what an utter fool this guy is. And every single person is shitting on him. And it makes sense. Why would they not be? How could you score 3 rounds to Belal Muhammad? I don't get it. This should go to Ian Gary. Ian Gary, after talking past JDM all week, saying Belal was winning without a doubt, and then he was fighting Belal in Chicago next for the title. This is all I heard from Ian Gary all week was, JDM's gonna get mauled. He fought the debutante. He fought Basil Hafez, and I thought Basil Hafez won that round. I thought he won that fight. He got him down. He held him down. He should have won that fight. Yeah, shut the fuck up, Ian Gary. You arguably lost to Darian Weeks, mate. You arguably lost to Darian Weeks. Like, calm down, buddy. You almost lost to Darian Weeks. People have off nights. You got knocked down by Son Kanan. Oh, Jack got taken down by Hafez. That means anytime you fight a power puncher, people should pick against you. I picked him against Prates, by the way. I picked Ian Gary to beat Prates. A lot of people were not picking him. And Jack Della Maddalena will knock out Ian Gary. I don't care what Gary says. He'll get chinned. Jack will just keep moving forward. He's not going to be like Prates and not throw output until the fourth and fifth. He's going to keep moving forward. He's actually going to fire back, and he's going to knock out Ian Gary. This was just Jack Della Maddalena was counted out quite a lot. Looking at this, 29 UFC fighters picked Muhammad. That is crazy. That is crazy. Nobody gave him a chance, and it was the same for Dricus. I think like 6 people picked Dricus against Strickland the first fight. Like nobody went with him. Like nobody. Dricus Du Plessis and Jack Della Maddalena are the 2 most underrated fighters. Like on the come up. Nobody was picking them. Everyone counted them out. Everyone's like, oh, this is going to be the one that they get them. This is going to be the time they get beat. Every single fight you hear it over and over again. This is going to be the one that finally gets them. They're overhyped. They're not good. They're bums. Like every single fight, we had to hear these narratives over and over again. It was absolutely ridiculous. Every single fight, Dricus, he's got a crazy style. He's not going to win. Yeah, he's not technical. And yeah, maybe you could say he's got a very wild style or whatever, but it's like, oh, he's not even good. Everybody beats him. That's what we had to hear about Dricus. And now we're hearing the exact same thing about Jack Della Maddalena. It's crazy to me. It's crazy that, it's the parallels between Dricus Du Plessis and Jack Della Maddalena's rise up are like crazy. Obviously, I think Jack is a bit more, not as messy. He's a bit cleaner with it, but they both had the same shit said about them, and everyone counts them out because of maybe one flaw they've shown. But anyway, oh yeah, MMA Joey. I think it's 3-2 Belal after amazing 5th round. So I responded, as you do, I think your weight is 3.2 tons and you will need 5 heart bypass surgeries. Maybe this was a very petty thing to say, maybe. But fuck MMA Joey. Every time one of his tweets pops up, I have to say something mean to him. I know it's really bad, but I don't know, the guy annoys me. He's got some weird thing. It's like he's biased, even knowing I believe he's white. I don't know, maybe he's not. Maybe he's mixed. Maybe he's Middle Eastern. I don't know. Maybe he's not white. I don't know. But it seems like this guy's just got some real white guilt where he just has to pick against every white fighter and he has to shit on them. Besides Ian Gary. Well, that's because Ian Gary is a disgrace. The one guy is like, oh, Ian Gary, that's the model. That is the guy every white guy should be like, let his wife's ex-husband be your nutritionist and take your wife's last name. That is what MMA Joey thinks all white guys should do. That's why he loves Ian Gary so much. Yeah, this was me just flexing my video. JDM shocks the world. Why Jack Della Maddalena will shock the world for us, Belal Muhammad. And then this was me responding. This guy said JDM will never be champ. I responded back with a photo of JDM with the belt, as you do. This was Kenny Okoye, noted Dagestani / Izzy dick rider, also Belal dick rider, because just cause I guess. JDM being all tense and serious while Belal just calmly mogging him. This was the stupidest narrative, by the way, that Belal was mogging JDM. I don't know. I didn't understand this narrative at all. JDM clearly, he looked like he wanted to kill Belal. He didn't look scared. That's just how JDM weighs in. I went to a meet and greet a couple years ago before JDM had it made his UFC debut, and we had to face off, and the guy is scary. Even just facing off with fans, it was Jesus Christ. It's this guy could kill me with his bare hands. But anyway, I was oh, you were right, bro. It was a generational ass whooping, but you picked the wrong dog. Now, was it really a generational ass whooping? Maybe that's exaggerating a little bit, but I just had to. This great take. So this guy, he's deleted it, or he's just not showing his account now. But I said great take, and it was JDM with the belt and Volk with the belt. Because he said that JDM and Volk, neither of them will win a fight in 2025. Now they're both champions. So, yeah. Uh, and then this one just went out to all of the JDM haters. Went to a split with Basil Hafez, went to a split with Kevin Holland, was down 2 to Gilbert Burns, and now he's the undisputed UFC welterweight champion of the fucking world, JDM, Jack Della Maddalena, Perth, Western Australia. Now, I wanted to talk about this as well. This video I made, why Jack Della Maddalena will shock the world versus Belal Muhammad. This guy said, Leon is so much better at grappling than JDM, and you saw what happened to him. Also, you're underrating Belal striking. Don't think so. I said Belal can have success, but Jack is going to beat the shit out of him, which he did. Stop being biased because you're Australian. I responded back, my bad. My bad. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for being so biased to the Australians, man. Like, I'm really sorry, you know. Like, these guys will comment, you're being biased to Australians. But, like, it worked, right? Like, if you're saying I'm biased, like, look, it paid off, right? Jack Del Molina is the champion. Like, yeah, it's just crazy. Yeah, maybe I'm being petty making this video, but, like, I just had to. Like, come on. Like, why not? Why not, guys? Like, come on. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like this video, subscribe, put on notifications, and I'll see you guys next time. JD Him is the UFC welterweight champion. Man is through the moon. I've been predicting this since the Dana White Contender Series. I said he would be champion. I knew the guy had championship potential after that fight, and look at him now, wearing that big gold strap. Has a bunch of peanut M&Ms from Ian Gary to go home to. He's taking a big gold belt and a bunch of M&Ms home. So, like, yeah, great stuff. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.